Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for attending the first day of the WENZEL Online Expo North America. We are excited to have everyone here for the WENZEL Automation Solutions and Industry 4.0 session. My name is Michelle Jacobson and I am the Assistant Editor for the Manufacturing Group at GIE Media, publishers of today's medical developments, today's motor vehicles, and aerospace manufacturing and design. For this event, we are joined by Dr. Heiko Wenzel-Skinzer, CEO, CDO of WENZEL Group. He will be discussing how automation and Industry 4.0 are driving change throughout the metrology and manufacturing sectors, as well as solutions that are available for customers. From 1988 until 1992, Heiko studied business administration and business informatics at the University of Würzburg. During his doctorate and habilitation, he founded various spin-offs in the fields of electronic commerce and data warehouse. In 2000, he founded a software house for electronic procurement and, as president and CEO, established it as the market leader in the German market. In 2013, he was appointed professor of ABWL, Process Management and Business Consulting at Würzburg University of Applied Sciences. There, he teaches and researches in the field of optimization and digitalization of operational processes. Since 2015, he has supported the WENZEL Group in the reorientation of software development and digital transformation of the company. Since 2018, he's also been responsible for the development and worldwide sales of the WENZEL Group's product as managing director. He is also a member of the supervisory board of a listed software company. Now, before we get started with his presentation, I just wanted to remind everyone that there will be time for audience Q&A following the discussion. Please submit your questions by typing them into the question box on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll do our best to get through as many questions as possible. With that, I welcome everyone, and I'd like to go ahead and get started and turn things over to Heiko.
Hello all together. Thanks for the nice introduction, Michelle. It was a long introduction, so I think I'm pretty old now. We are in Germany, and it's 6 o'clock in Germany, so not a lot of Germans will attend this meeting, unfortunately. Yes, my name is Heiko, and I'm responsible at the WENZEL Group for the digital transformation, for all the software development things, and so on. Maybe we can discuss a few seconds about the WENZEL Group. We are a medium-sized company. We are founded in Germany 52 years ago. We are a family-owned company. 100% is in family hands. My wife is the shareholder. We have more than 600 employees worldwide. We have more than 300 employees in Germany and make the R&D there and production. And maybe you know our location in the US. We have 17 locations all over the world. We are one of the leading companies in the metrology sector. We offer a broad range in CMM business. We have different sizes of CMM, different solutions. And on the other hand, we have some computer tomography solutions. So we have a broad product range. So very important for us is that we build very long-term stability customer solutions because our machines work for more than 20 years. So it's very important to find the right solution for our customer. Okay, but that's enough about WENZEL.
Thank you for that overview. To get started, could you talk a little bit about Industry 4.0 and digital transformation, their key words when it comes to current changes in production processing? So what does this mean for WENZEL?
For sure. Industry 4.0 for WENZEL means that the metrology business and the normal production is coming closer together, because the machines are working together on the shop floor. This is one of the points. We have more intelligent machines because we have a lot of information in the metrology process, and we can use it more and more in the production process, because normally the metrology is at the end of the product process. So we be a quality institution at the end of the process, but now with Industry 4.0 we go closer in the production area, and then we can learn much earlier about the problems on the production process, so we can help the production to produce better parts and very early. So intelligence machines are very important for Industry 4.0. We have a lot of data, and we can use it for better quality. And we have a lot of integration scenarios, because the metrology machines and the production machines are working closer together. These are the main important things for WENZEL in this Industry 4.0. There are a lot of more keywords in this area, but for us important are these things.
So a lot of companies are affected by the digital transformation, including WENZEL itself. And this is why WENZEL has you as their chief digital officer, which isn't necessarily normal for a medium-sized company like WENZEL. How long has the CDO existed, and what are its tasks in particular?
So we established this role as a CDO very early, 4 years ago, at the beginning of this digital transformation process, because we see the need that the measurement technology moves from the measurement room, you see it on the right corner, to inline, nearline, at-line scenarios on the shop floor world. And this is very important, that you help your people, the customers, but our employees on the other hand, to understand this digital transformation process. And therefore we established this role as a CDO to have a closer look on the integration process between production area and measurement area on the other hand.
Great. So how do you see the connection between Industry 4.0 and this increasing trend with automation?
We see this increasing trend because we see a lot of customers which want to transfer their measurement technology closer to the shop floor, on the shop floor, close to the shop floor, inline or nearline. But it's very important for us as a very long-term oriented company that you find the right solution for the customer. So for us, it's very important that we choose the right tools, that we find the right level of integration and automation. And there are different levels. And this is very important that we can discuss with our customers which is the right tool for you. And this is what I want to show with this knives, because on the right hand you have a knife with more than 100 different functions, but we have to identify the 10 right functions for our customers, and we have to identify the right tools and find the right solution. And this is the main problem for a lot of customers, that we have to find the right level of automation. And I will show you in a few minutes that we have different levels of automation, and we have to discuss a lot with our customers the right one.
Absolutely. And going off of that, there are several levels of automation and so many different solutions out there. So that's key to find which solution is suitable for each company. So could you talk a little bit about the offerings you have for automation of measuring tasks that you provide for your customers?
Yes, for sure. You see on the picture very well integrated solutions with different kind of loading, and from the loading system you can put it automatically on the WENZEL machine, and you see the yellow parts are for security of this cell. So we have different levels. We have some software solutions and we have hardware solutions. It depends on the needs of the customers. If you have automation solutions like this in our demo center, to be honest, then you need security of the machines for the people working with the automation solution, but you don't need it for every scenario. So we have different scenarios. Software-based automation scenarios, software and hardware-based scenarios, and only hardware-based scenarios. But I show you in a minute.
Perfect.
Yeah, here you can see these 3 different levels, and we go through every details in the next slides. First, if we just discuss what we mean with automation, what we mean is to help people to use the measurement technology in an easier way. So we have different levels of automation. And if you look in the DIN norm in Germany, then you see this sentence, equipping a device in a way that works completely or partially for its intended purpose without human intervention. So what we try to do, that we don't need so much human power to work with a metrology system. And we have these 3 different levels. The first different levels, we call it one click to measure, because we want to make it very easy to work with our solutions. This is the first automation level. And then we have this second automation level, we call it one stop to measure. So it's a fully integrated measurement cell, and we can use this for a lot of different scenarios. And the second level, the third level, is that closer interaction between the metrology solution and the production machines, milling, and so on, so that we can give a response, a very early response of the quality of the parts that we measured, to make the next parts better. This is very important in Industry 4.0 scenarios, because you don't produce thousands of parts. Maybe you produce only a small series, or maybe you have only one part that you produce, and you have to make the next part better. So this helps you, this closed loop scenario helps you to make the next part better. But we can go through every scenario if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could detail those scenarios a little bit.
Yeah, the first scenario solution, however you call it, we call it one click to measure. The idea is to make the solution as easy as possible for the user. We have the user, it's not a fully integrated scenario, we have a user, but this user is an employee who's not working in the measurement room. So his job is not to be a metrology expert. Maybe she's working on the shop floor and have different jobs, but one part of the job is to start the measurement process. So it must be very easy to put a part on the measurement machine and only click a button and say, okay, now I'm ready to click. So what is important for this kind of solution? It's only a software-based solution, and we have 2 different software solutions for this scenario. One is called the speed dial board. So you have a board and you have maybe 10 to 20 different program parts, and then you can just click on one and then the measurement program is starting. Or you have this shop floor interface, we call it shop floor interface. This is for the shop floor people, and you only put the part on the machine and you say start. The program is able to recognize which part it is and then automatically run the measurement program. So it's only software, and the idea is to make it very, very, very easy for the people who are working with a metrology system. It just tells you at the end if the part is okay or not okay. If you want to analyze it more in detail, then you need an expert, maybe in the same room, maybe in a different room, and he can analyze the measurement data more in detail than this user on the shop floor. He only starts the process and say, okay, this part is okay, it's in tolerance, or it's not okay, it's not in tolerance, and we have to remake it, something like this. So the second scenario is the fully integrated solution. So we have the same idea, we only have software, but we have, as we saw on the slide, we have a loading and unloading system. So we take the part from a different machine or from the warehouse, put it on the measurement machine, and then start automatically the measurement program. We can measure the part, we can evaluate the part, we can sort the parts between okay parts and not okay parts. And at the end of the process, we remove it from the measurement machine, put it back to the store or wherever we have the part from, and take the next one. So you don't need support and human support for putting the parts on the machine. You don't need support to start the measurement program, and you don't need at the machine a human support to evaluate the measurement task. You have to evaluate the measurement results, but you can do it remote. You can do it independent from the measurement system, but it's only software. So we think that this scenario is only valid for enclosed measurement cells. So the machine is enclosed and no human being is running close to the machine. This is only software based. If you need more than this, then we have scenario number 3, and we call it our automated measuring cell with hardware safety components. This is German engineering, I think. So we have the same scenario like before, but we added more safety functions. If the workers, if the metrology specialists are coming closer to this measuring cell, you need a 2-channel emergency stop system. So you have this button in the middle down where you can put on, so you have an emergency stop. So this is the same scenario, but we add more safety functionality. It makes it more expensive, to be honest, because safety functionality, 2-channel safety functionality is very expensive, but it makes it more safe for the people working with the automation cell. Okay, and then we talk about the 4th scenario. This is what I call the closed loop. If you have the measurement results in the normal process, then it's very late. You bring the part from the shop floor to the measurement room, and then you measure the parts there. And you know after a few hours, a few days, that the part is not good enough. It's not okay. This loop is too late for a lot of production areas, because if you only produce a small series, then it's too late for this here. So the idea is to bring the results very fast back to the CNC programs, to the CAD systems, so that you can correct the CAD files, the CAD programs, and they can produce better parts very close. So the important thing is that we learn about the quality and the problem of the parts very fast, very close to the production area, and so we have a closed loop back to the CNC software, CAD software. This is the 4th scenario. And I think there we have a lot of different scenarios, because we have a lot of different customer requirements. And this is very important for us. Industry 4.0 and automation is not, it's a couple of scenarios, a couple of different solutions, and we have to find the right solutions with our customers. So this was a very short introduction to our portfolio, and now we can discuss some points, Michelle, if you want to, or we can ask questions from the audience as we like.
Absolutely. So, and thank you again for that overview of your offerings and the different scenarios of the solutions. I would like to remind our audience that you can submit questions if you have any, and we will get to those. You'll see the panel on the right side, so you can submit them there. Overall, Heiko, was there anything you wanted to add? Automating metrology, we're seeing it's no longer a parallel, and it's now an integral part of the manufacturing process. So looking at it as an overall scope, how do you see this changing the manufacturing process for the future?
As you mentioned, it's working more and more parallel, and it's working closer together. So in the past, for a lot of customers, the measurement process is at the end of the production process. So you produce your parts and then you put it in the measurement room. What we learn now and what we see now in a lot of projects is that this is coming closer and closer together. So you get the results from a measurement very, very early. So you can correct your data from the production process, and you can learn while producing. And a lot of people are talking about artificial intelligence and so on. This maybe is the future in 5 or 10 years that we can use this also in metrology business, but there's a lot of potential of using the actual analysis and the actual measurement results to make production better now. And this is what we see in a lot of projects, that people are starting to use the very good information from the measurement technology, and we are talking about sub-microns, so we can correct the machines very, very in a proper way, so that people can use this data much faster than in the past if they measure very close to the production. But to be honest, not all of the parts must be measured on the shop floor. There's a lot, much interesting scenarios that you use the measurement room in the future as well. So we have three or three different levels of solution: inline, close to the production, or using it in the measurement room for more detailed analysis, like we do in the past.
Great, thank you for that insight. We also have an audience member asking about the WM automation interface software and if this is currently available.
It's currently available. We use it for our measurement machines. The idea of this automation interface is that we have the CNC machine on the one hand and the metrology system on the other hand, and we can bring these two machines together with the automation interface. So you can use this without a third level software for this automation process. We can use it with an automation software, but we can use it as an automation software just to combine a production machine and the measurement machine. And we use it in a lot of projects, especially for our high-speed scanning machines, which is one machine for measuring blades. And there we have a lot of experience with automation projects, and there we use this automation interface.
Perfect. And then just to close the conversation today, are there any other key steps that you would advise to this transition as it becomes fully integrated into the shop floor? In regards to automating metrology solutions?
I think as I tried to mention before, I think we have two levels of integration to the shop floor. The first thing is that we have this machine-machine communication between production machine and measurement machine. This is the one thing. This is more a technical issue. We are able to do it in the individual way for every customer, and we are working together with some competitors to make this more on a global level, so we can work together with different machines. But at the moment, it's easy to make it individual. But on the other hand, and this is more and more important for me, is that we use this technology to make it easier for the people on the shop floor. So we don't have on the shop floor this metrology specialist. So we have to make our solutions easy to use. And this is the second thing. I think this is very important for the future, that we can just put a part on the machine, start the measurement process, and we cannot make mistakes because the machine and the technology will recognize the things we do wrong and will correct it automatically. This is for me the second, but much more important thing than this technical integration.
Great. Well, Heiko, I want to thank you again for your guidance and going through all the steps and the scenarios and the insights that you provided for automating metrology. I also want to remind everyone that there will be a recording of the session available afterwards, so that will be sent shortly. And with that, I would like to thank everyone again, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks to all. Bye.